Have you seen Squid Game? Most likely the answer is yes, considering it's one of the most popular TV shows at the moment. And in this video, I want to tell you why you shouldn't be watching TV shows like Squid Game, or at least why I personally don't do that. Yes, I have seen Squid Game. I did make an exception to my own rule, but just because there was so much hype about it, and I really wanted to be a part of the trend and understand what people are talking about. But this has definitely left its mark on me, just like any other violent TV show that I've ever seen. My name is Polina, if it's your first time here, and welcome to my channel. I'm really excited to see you here today. And this video is a sequel to my video about why you shouldn't be watching horror movies and what kind of impact that can have on your life. But yeah, let's dive into why you shouldn't be watching Squid Game or TV shows like Squid Game. My first point why you shouldn't be watching Squid Game is violence. It's so freaking violent. And this doesn't go unnoticed for you, right? Because information that we consume, whatever it is just like food that we eat, right? It's just like food is a physical for our body, and information is like a mental something to chew on for our brain. So whatever you eat for your brain, so like whatever information you consume, that will kind of be your background of how you think about life and how you perceive life and how you act towards somebody else. I'm a true believer that if people see violence on the screen and if they consume it on a regular basis, they do become more violent themselves, or they start thinking that violence is acceptable. It like becomes a part of their own world. Ultimately, we all live in our own bubble that we create with whatever we choose. There's so much information out there in the world that you are definitely not exposed to all of it. It's just too much. So we do create our own bubble with what we decide to consume. The week following me watching Squid Games, I was really mean myself. I said mean things to people I love and felt really bad about it. I picked fights. I was more impatient and I felt like I was more arrogant or something, and I felt bad about my own self. And I just noticed the link between these two like seemingly unrelated things. And also regarding violence, I think in Squid Game, people are portrayed from the most animalistic perspective. Like they're just like savages, right? They're willing to go to any length to survive or get money or whatever. And I don't think that's an accurate representation of humankind. I do understand that they're trying to show the ugly side of people, but I really don't think that we should be looking at this ugly side consistently, because what we look at, we become. My second point kind of comes out from the first one, and it's death. Ubiquitous death that happens in Squid Game. I can tell you, I was horribly depressed those few days that I was watching the show. I was waking up at night and thinking about all those people that kept dying and dying in the show. And I just couldn't shake it. Like I couldn't stop watching because the plot was very interesting, like I have to fully acknowledge that. But at the same time, I was really down. I was horribly down. And I was texting with a lot of different friends, and a lot of them were like, we cannot watch it. It's just so violent and there's so much death that it's painful to watch. So why would you by choice have that in your life consistently, right? My third point why you shouldn't be watching shows like Squid Game is you need to keep your mood baseline quite consistent. Like we all have our baseline of mood, unless you're like super moody. So some people are more positive, others are like neutral, others are like a little on a negative side. But no matter where you're at, watching Squid Game most likely will bring it down. And to me, my mood was definitely really affected when I was watching it. And I just really wanted to get back up to my positive self that I usually am. And I couldn't because I was watching the show and I was seeing all that pain that I just didn't want to see. So I think we should all work on like bring our baseline higher, because the higher you bring it, the more you can enjoy life usually. And shows like this can actually drag it down. So whatever effort you're putting into becoming more positive, happy, and everything in your life, shows like this bring it back down. Your effort kind of gets erased. My fourth point is about the type of information that you consume. I've made plenty of videos about information consumption and informational diet per se, and just comparing how food that we eat for our bodies is similar to information that we consume for our brains. We anyways consume so much different information when we're on Instagram or other social media outlets, and whenever like we talk to somebody or read something, right? So we anyways consume so much information, so it's hard to be selective about it, right? But this is like one point where I really want to be selective in. Like, I don't want to consume violent information, because that's just not something I want to surround myself with. Leave me a comment down below if you agree with me and you personally wouldn't want to have something like that around you as well. And lastly, yes, this is a fable about money and what money can do to people, but also money is so dirty in this show. It's so freaking dirty. It's like rich people buying poor people. And I really disagree with that narrative. I really believe that all of us can be whoever we want to be if we resolve everything that we have in our heads, all the blocks that are stopping us. We all are amazing beings, and we can achieve what we are after if we dream big and if we let go of all the pressure from society. There are so many ways, and I just pray that like most people, if not a lot of people, or all people, find all these ways. And I don't want to have to think about money as this dirty thing, or people being dirty to get them. It's just not what I agree with. What I'm saying might sound idealistic or utopian, but I don't know. I guess that's just my thought process on this topic. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know what you thought about Squid Game or like similar shows. And I will see you in my next video next Monday. Bye guys.